Farmer created? Okay. Thanks, Pete. So I'm Scott Eckert, and I'm going to be the editor of the Creative Mythography book and also contributor to the book that Pete was talking about. It's expanding on Philip Jose Farmer's original premise, but also building upon the family tree that he originally put in those two hoax biographies, the Tarzan and the Doc Savage biography. And one of the primary ways that we expand upon the original universe of characters that Farmer included is through crossovers. It's kind of a 6 degrees of separation game. So Doc Savage met the Shadow, so the Shadow's included, and the Shadow met the Rocketeer once, so the Rocketeer's in the universe, and you can see how it could keep on going forever. We also have to find a way, though, to make it make sense in terms of a real-world construct that Pete was talking about, where Sherlock Holmes is treated as a real person, Doc Savage is a real person that we're telling the biography of. So what we've done is created this timeline of the Wold Newton, what we call the Wold Newton universe, and it's kind of like the DC Comics universe or the Marvel universe, but it's the Wold Newton universe, and it's a high-level timeline, and it gives a chronological listing of all these crossover stories from ancient prehistory all the way into the future. So it really creates this whole world of living, breathing characters. And so what we do is we take Farmer's baseline as the characters, and we add to it. They can either be added as actual members of the family that Farmer created, the family, the descendants of the people of the meteor strike that are mutated, or we can just add them as characters that are participating within this universe. When Farmer did his original work, he pretty much stuck to novels, short stories, pulp fiction, and so forth. And what we've done is we've decided that comic book sources, film, television sources are also acceptable sources to expand the universe, as long as they're not contradictory with what has gone before, as long as they fit in with the general feeling of the universe. And if a source appears to be contradictory on its face, then we can also do what Pete is calling para-scholarship and come up with theories or explanations on how perhaps it fits in after all. So one of the prime examples of a crossover is the Man from U.N.C.L.E. novel, Rainbow Affair. And in that novel, it includes Sherlock Holmes, Sir Dennis Nayland Smith, and Fu Manchu, all of whom were included by Farmer originally. And then this novel also includes several other characters like the Saint and Miss Marple, and the Men from U.N.C.L.E., who Farmer didn't talk about. So by this crossover, we can postulate that these characters also exist in the Wold Newton universe. Some other crossovers, these are just some cover scans. Again, Sherlock Holmes fought against Dracula during, and this is during the actual Dracula novel by Bram Stoker. So it's the background story of Sherlock Holmes' fight against Dracula during those events. So that means that Dracula, at least the novel, takes place in the Wold Newton universe. The Martian invasion, showing how Sherlock Holmes participated in the fight against H.G. Wells' Martians in the late Victorian era. Prelude to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, if you're familiar with that. But this kind of crossover stuff has been going on for a long time before Alan Moore. A couple more. The Gentleman Burglar, the French character Arsène Lupin, and crossovers with the Lovecraftian horror-type fiction. And then, of course, one of the biggest, most ultimate crossovers of all time, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen crossovers. And many of the characters within League of Extraordinary Gentlemen were included by Farmer. So you've got Alan Quatermain, and you've got Mina Murray, who's from the Dracula novel. So that reinforces the Dracula connection. And you've got bringing in the Invisible Man and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde into this universe. So the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen takes place within this universe as well. Farmer really was a pulp hero, a aficionado, and that's really one of the major bases for the Wold Newton universe. So we focus a lot on the pulp heroes. He included Solomon Kane, Robert E. Howard's swashbuckler character, Solomon Kane, as an ancestor of some of the folks who ended up at the Wold-Newton meteor event in 1795. So then we have this comic book where, through the magic of time travel, Conan and Solomon Kane have an adventure together. So we can postulate that the adventures of Conan took place way back in the prehistory of the Wold-Newton universe.